Mm. Ooh, I'm back home. Ooh. Yeah, I'm back home, bitches. Bitches in the house. I'm back to my grind. But I wanted to talk to you guys really quick about this subject of ghosts and burial mounds. So after when I'm checking out of the when I'm checking out of the hospital, the chaplain show up finally, the priest. I'm sitting and I'm talking to this priest. I'm like, look, I know you don't believe in ghosts. I get it. Oh, it's so far beyond your expertise or whatever. But I said, the reason that we have, I didn't, some of this I paraphrased, but some I didn't. I said, the reason that we have chaplains and priests and nuns at churches is because they are sent to do a job to clean churches spiritually or hospitals spiritually. I'm sitting, I'm talking to him. I'm like, I died 9 times. I keep coming back, but you're not doing your job. That's it. Yeah, I was like, you're not. I showed him the video. All of my clocks in the hospital kept blinking. If you know what a blinking clock is or blinking lights is, it's a high level of electromagnetic energy. That means there's a lot of forces here. There's a lot of dead here. And so I'm talking to this chaplain, and I'm like, you need to clean it up. Y- And then he said, he said, I'm only half time, part time at the hospital. I was so surprised. I said, why wouldn't you just pay the priests and the nuns and stuff to help issue people out of the dead and not in the hospital? But these hospitals are so cheap. I would think you would have 4 or 5, maybe an army in certain burial grounds and burial mounds where that many bodies are laying there. I think you should probably, depending on the size of the campus, you should probably have like 5 or 6, right? 5 or 6 chaplains and nuns and priests and death doulas should be a thing. It should be a whole wing of the hospital dedicated to death and help healing and dealing with death. But they all about money in hospitals. They all about that money. They all about money. He was like, "Oh yeah, they only pay me part time." I sat there right then and there, and I was like, "Jesus, please pay this man. He was a good man, Savannah." I could feel his energy, and he prayed for me before he left. He goes, "God, just wrap her in the mother's embrace and hug her from a mother's perspective too." I was like, "Ooh, that's a good prayer." Almost made me cry. So if we about to hit this next pandemic hard, this next pandemic is gonna fuck us up. I went and went under. When you go under, you're just dead in a different form, right? So I went under and I saw that the downloads keep coming in from when I was under. But I saw that horse and I was like, it's gaunt and I could see its bones. It was hungry, which could represent famine or disease or both. If it's famine, we can deal with that, right? But it also means that the sun is going to heat up and burn crops and shit, right? But I'm worried about the hospitals and the disease central because the black horse followed it up. Normally, if you got the disease horse, you could fight it, right? But it was followed by death, the black horse. So I'm in this hospital bed and the lights is flickering. The time is flickering. The clocks are flickering and shit. And I told the chaplain, I was like, the only reason that we hire you guys, that they're supposed to hire you guys, is to walk people over from the dead. So the hospitals don't have this much activity. Hella activity in these bitches. So I talked to the chaplain and like I was an old lady. I was like, in my mind, I said, you're not doing your job. There's way too much activity for it to be snow quality. I paused time and I turned into the weeping woman, wailing all throughout the hills, changed clocks back, messing with people time zones and shit. I was fucking with people time clocks and shit. Normally, if I fuck with your clock, it just means that you're gonna die soon. Uh-huh. This means that you're gonna die soon, or someone around you is gonna die soon. Someone said, "Oh, an owl in Ojibwa is known as a harbinger of bad news." I was like, "Only death sends owls to watch you die." they, they're complex creatures, but some people. I'm not gonna go any further, but um, I told that chaplain, I said, whatever money that is necessary, you need to pray and you need to move your studies here. He said, "Oh, I'm a therapist over here too." All right. The grounds is high with electrical forces. It's like a prison for ghosts. If I have to come back here and it's still a prison, where do you think you're gonna end up if you're not doing your job? If you're not doing your job as a chaplain and you call yourself a priest on hospital grounds, do you know HIPAA? When you sign a Hippocratic oath, doctors only sign it, but so do death doulas. People who deal with death a lot, they got to sign that Hippocratic oath too. I don't care how new a hospital is. You're dealing with large amounts of energy in and out, in and out. Who's going to be the bridge and the filter? Who's going to filter all that energy? You need priests. Took me a while to figure that out, but you need priests. You need Mother Mary statues. And the only reason I say Mother Mary statues is I can peer through them eyes. Like if Priest come up to it. He do the full circle of the Mother Mary. This means he's really calling. Like he's or she's really calling. Really needs help. So then, even if the eyes are closed, I go through the tunnel of death. And in a tunnel of death is just a bunch of statues. I'm not talking about worship the statues. Oh, worship us. No, it's I want to see. I'm gonna go in this statue. I'm gonna go in the tunnel of death. I'm gonna go through the statue of the owl. I'm gonna go through the statue of the Mother Mary or the whatever, and I want to see the problem. You have to talk like you're talking to a human being. Something's going on. I need your help with. Okay, if I could do it, I'd do it. If I can't, call Jesus. And I only say that because people are so scared of the snakes, and I'm like, Jesus and Mother Mary do a dance. Shiva and Shakti do a dance to activate the Kundalini. And when they have the final, you know, thing, whatever healing comes from it, most likely comes as a baby or an eagle or whatever. The healing goes to earth. Who said? They said it's cheap. It's cheaper when the chaplain prays. Santaria. You don't have to pay for no for Jesus to fix it. He always paid ahead of time. I said, get the checkbook out. Jesus write the check. I'm like, yo, we need construction here, and we need to build a big ass motherfucking chapel. Because if we gonna start fighting the plague and the disease, we gotta be spiritually clean. Our hospitals gotta be spiritually clean. It's like um the okay, so there's this goddess, she's a clean goddess. She's known as the goddess who cleans hospitals and cemeteries and bodies and stuff. Um, I think it's Hippocratic, Hippo something, Hippo goddess. She used to walk around and clean certain vortexes so that there would be no ghosts and no people stuck in the in between and stuff. So when that tourist threw rocks at that monk seal, it's the same. I don't know how to say the same premise. Um, it's the same premise, but she was used to scrubbing on her hands and knees with bleach, and that's how she got the devil out the hospitals. She says that anybody who breaks the oath, the Hippocratic oath of healing and saving, she doesn't clean it anymore. And if your ground isn't clean, that leaves room for the devil. Cleanliness is next to godliness and shit. So I'm at this hospital and I hear her crying. Hippo. She's a old Egyptian goddess. She transferred to the Egyptian mysteries after a certain while through Tawaret. And she's crying in the dark like a mother, you know, just wailing. And I'm like, what's wrong? You know, I'm here, I'm in this hospital on Mother's Day, and I'm hearing wailing from my mothers, which I want to get to that too. I have to tell you a story about that. But she was like, no matter how much I clean, it's not clean no more. It don't get clean. It don't get clean. She just kept saying, I can't get the stains out. The blood is, and I go, okay, let me see what you working with. And I did the black light in the dark because I have this open moon face. And whenever I go into a hospital, there's this like little thing that pops up and it glows. So she's like, oh, I can see now. I can see now. Why you ain't go to the hospital earlier? I was like, I there was not really a need for me to go. But Jesus sent me here and I went under and I'm here. So she finally gets the last spot and then they clean with bleach. She at the old house at the hospital I was at, they clean with bleach. I gave her the bleach and then the room was clean. But the sins of a doctor and a nurse transfers, it transfers. So you got to be clean. It's not about cutting people open. It's about the cleanliness of how you do it, not just the physical world, but that spiritual stuff. You got to be clean. Otherwise, you let out so it's demons in. I told the chaplain, I was like, in my mind, I'm like, you're not doing your job. The doctors take their shit serious. We should take our shit serious too. We got a plague coming now. One of the nurses' name was Jose. I think he had tons of tattoo. Jose, I think it was. He goes, oh, I don't think that disease is gonna be bad. The next pandemic. I looked at him like I seen it. I seen it. In the in between, I saw that shit. It's gonna be real bad. You guys are gonna think COVID was a fucking test, but I got some good soldiers on the front line. I was like, hey, we need to start a saging ritual. We need to sage the grounds, the hospitals. We need to go to each other rooms. Like I was like, I'll pay whatever money that needs to be done, whatever spiritual coins that I get and give it to the cleaners of the hospitals. Give it to the people who take out the trash and shit. Because in spirit, you taking out bodies. You taking out old ghoul souls. Some of these niggas that's going for help in the hospitals was evil as shit. So all the sins of that dead man go to that hospital. You, if you think of disease riding on a horse, he gonna go to the hospitals first. He said, "Oh, in your health care, you tried to kill my mother, and I don't take kindly to you trying to murder my mother." So first thing he's gonna do is go to the hospital. So I was like, hire fucking chaplains, hire priests, hire hi, hire a couple witches. The fuck, witches know how to unhex grounds. Shit, don't be scared of that shit. Just say you got spiritual hands. I got spirit hands. I will fuck you up, ghost. They can't do shit. They gone. Oh, they could take over my body. It's not their body. It's Jesus's vessel. They can't touch it. Don't be scared of these motherfuckers. Otherwise, the whole plague is going to wipe out continents. I was telling the ghost at night when I was laying down, I was like, you remember that Bible story when um God told all of the Jews to put blood above their door so that it doesn't touch their house. I was like, that needs to be that for like hospitals. Cause when disease come and death come, it knocks on the door first. So the first knock was the COVID, right? The second knock was the code to get in the door for him, for disease to get into the door. It's Hanta virus. It's called a haunting virus. So a haunting virus normally comes through ships. This is a um, uh, old seafair thing. Remember when they would get on the ships and then they had all them rats and then they would come back with the plague. And when they come back with the plague, they spread it. So it's called a haunting virus. So that is the second knock. The third knock is the knock that knocks y'all the fuck out. It's worse than COVID. It's the Black Death redefined. The Black Death redefined. So I'm on the front line and I'm under anesthesia, getting my little tube put back in for my dialysis, and I see the white horse that's gone and the skeleton man riding it. And then I see the black one. So that's why I was like 9 days. That other time I was like, there's a 9 on this. But with with being smart with ghosts and shit, this is why I love working with Native Americans because they they believe, right? They believe. They don't just play around with anything. They're like, oh, in the ancient tradition, it says they didn't forget. So if I could, I would go to all the hospitals and see where the vortexes is and just start cleaning it. I mean, clean that bitch. I don't even. How much money y'all need? You know what I mean? To hire this a bunch of priests and witches and not to have seances. We don't need to talk to them niggas no more. We need to clean. And I don't mean just like with bleach and stuff. I mean sage, candles. We need 4 corners with candles. Cause when the disease come knocking, you just bring that candle to the front door and be like, how can I help you? You holding a Mother Mary candle or a Jesus candle. They be like, oh, never mind. Thank you for your time. Shit, you know how bad monkeypox was in my timeline? It was so bad. Oh, monkeypox took over the last timeline. And now we talking about hantavirus. And hantavirus comes from rats, roaches and shit. So we got a lot of ghosts and ghouls to deal with. Yeah. Oh yeah. I love doing this. It's how I change dimensions. I peel my skin off like a lizard. Oh, ooh, that hurts. You wanna go on a date with me? I'm an old lady. I control time. Have you seen my husband? That's better. But if there's any pustulas, volcanic ash, volcanoes. Hmm. Um, so all I'm saying is we need to stop prepping. We need to start prepping our hospitals. Cemeteries could be just easy ground because the ferryman takes people to the from there. We just have to start preparing. I just don't want it to be too late. I told from a spiritual standpoint, I was like to that chaplain, I was like, we are about to go to war, sir. And you have time in? You part-time therapist, part-time helping. I was like, you're gonna have to pick. I don't need no more lukewarm soldiers. In their war, they had their, you know, camo outfits and the hats and the name badges and all the badges and shit. Get your fucking collar on, chaplain. Get your motherfucking neck covered, chaplain. We gonna be dealing with zombies, aliens, all this other shit. Talking about, oh, I'm part-time. What? How much money you need? I was like, Jesus, thought, write him a check, put a hospital note on it, let him lead the what's about to happen. Shit. You guys are gonna be coming in talking about, oh, I see things, I see ghosts, oh, I see, oh, I'm scared and shit. You guys are gonna be coming in hospitals talking about, oh, I saw panicking and shit. I don't need a half-time chaplain. I need a full-time chaplain in my hospitals. Otherwise, I would take the funding from all of them. It'd be cool if you had a little, prayer visual altar with the lights and stuff. Because alien life, they don't like fire. But they use it as heat sensing, heat maps. And on top of that, you guys fucking had that tourist over there in Hawaii throwing rocks at monk seals. I'll beat that nigga ass. Honey, can you open up? I need a fight. Start knocking that nigga out. So the old tales we need to brush up on Native American history. We need to brush up our kids on Native American lore, even if you don't believe in ghosts. Okay, I get you guys are retarded. I get it. I get you guys don't believe in the supernatural. I fucking get it. I don't just put TV shows on TV just for entertainment sometimes. Sometimes I'm trying to teach you something. Because it's like at the same time, as you guys are sitting here going, getting your degrees and shit, and your degrees in marketing and advertising and business management and shit, we about to head into a new war. of a spiritual basis, what is your degree in finance gonna do to him? Make you a dummy? It's gonna make you a big ass retard. So you need to start brushing up on your ancient history. Watch Ancient Aliens a couple times, nigga. Go start Supernatural over from the beginning, nigga. Shit. Start writing carving protection spells into wood, into knives. And it's crazy because you guys gonna think I'm crazy. You're gonna be like, oh, but that veil is burned, it's thin. If I'm in a hospital and I can't sleep and lights is flickering, something has come ahead. If I got if I got the cleaning goddess who cleans hospitals crying because nobody's helping her clean, because nobody believes in ghosts and old Native American lore anymore. It's like it makes you guys a little useless, you know? I need believers. I need faith bringers. I need because you could you could be facing one of the scariest monsters that is a spirit and you can see it, feel it, smell it, hear it. Because you opened up your chakras and now all you gotta do is open your heart chakra and your heart chakra will help fight with you, whatever it is. You guys need to strengthen your lore and your myths. I don't know if you guys remember um the myths of the ghosts that be walking around. In my day we had this book called uh Scary Stories, something like that. It was kind of scary. Remember that one where the wife had a ribbon around her neck and kept telling her husband, "Don't remove my ribbon, don't move my ribbon." He moved the ribbon and her head fell off. Remember that? Scary Stories? I think we just need to brush up on mythology. I would say mythology and cleaning, spiritual cleaning. We got to go to the basements of the um, hospitals, clean everything in the basement. If you got to throw shit away, just throw it away. Clean the basements and the down below because there used to be a lot of rituals done in hospital grounds. Some were opening gates to the future ahead of time. I'm talking stargates attempting to be opened by demons because you guys didn't believe in it. You don't think that hunters are real. Dude, Sam and Dean, although that's a fucking TV show, I think they're real. I think we need it to be real. I'm in this hospital. Oh my gosh. And this is not the old hospital I was in. This is a brand new one in Issaquah, really close to Snoqualmie, Snohomish, Native American grounds. You go all over there. There's there's mounds upon mounds around the hospital. Mounds. These were rituals. They used to murder Native Americans and trap them into vortexes and put them in a burial grave. and they would put the Native American bones in there in order to keep them running the hospital ground. And I don't think that's fair. I mean, they got a lot of Native Americans lost their lives, and people don't talk about it because they don't want that history to come up. Eventually, the history is going to come back in a full circle. Eventually. So they thought that they could put the mounds in front of the hospitals all over the world, cover it up. Maybe like 2.5 million dead under one mound. You can't even tell. That's a lot of bodies. That's a lot of death. Now, disease is going to come and smell all them rotten bodies that haven't been properly handled and taken care of. Disease is going to come, smell all of the flesh, and then open the door, knock. First knock, COVID. Second knock, the code to get in the door is hantavirus. After the hantavirus knock, then you got a full plague, Black Death. So if I could, I would go to all the priests in every hospital and I'd be like, look, clean it up. Do your fucking job and clean it up. The goddess here is sitting here trying to clean it all by herself. You talking about part-time. Don't be lukewarm in this shit. Either have faith enough that God's gonna pay all your bills and take care of you for the meantime, but we ain't got no time. They already started Hunter. That's just the code word for what's next. I mean, we got saging to do. We got forgiveness to be given to the ground. I feel like we have a whole job to do. And you don't have to believe, but that's the thing is, you ain't gotta believe me. I'm used, as a black woman, I'm used to niggas not believing you. Oh, I don't believe in ghosts. All right, ghosts go here. Open cabinets, shut cabinets. All right, the prompt is AI, go ahead. All right, now tap with AI. Oh, now the ghost can get into AI. Okay. Did you close the door to the AI, the back door? Who created it? Oh, Steve Jobs and them. Did they close the back door? No. Okay, well, you stuck in that house. You're not coming in my house with that ghost shit. I told you to clean it up. Oh, for $500,000, I bet I can get you to do anything. But the thing is, ghosts don't need money. When they dead, they don't need shit. They just want to wreak havoc. The disease one come on a horse looking for what's the smell. Why is it smelling so rotten here? This is why you sign a Hippocratic oath in cleanliness. I wish you guys believed in ghosts more. It would be easy to transition y'all niggas into the new age of thinking. I like my Native American shout out. Y'all know what the fuck is going on. Y'all know what the fuck is happening. We need Brendan Fraser to get back in here talking about some dumb money. Yeah, pretty much. Brendan, no matter how you look, you're still beautiful to me. Are you kidding me? You're my first crush in the whole world. Was Brendan Fraser in The Mummy? Actually, it was Robin Williams and Flubber, and then it was Brendan Fraser. So get back in the gym, do what you gotta do, but the time has come. I need to hire some actors that got faith. Some central casting. What's his name? I've abandoned my son. I've abandoned my son. That guy. Um, his acting is out of control. Whatever his name, Daniel Day Lewis. Daniel Day Lewis can act. He can act. He played in one of my favorite movies. It used to be uh, Gangs in New York. He was a fucking gangster in that. Gangs in New York. Psh, I ain't watched that in a long time. That was my shit for a long time. I've abandoned my son. I've abandoned my boy. I don't want to hire Brendan Fraser. I'm hired Zay Lewis. Someone says, "Are you and Dad getting divorced?" I'm not worried about your dad right now. I'm not worried about. I'm not worried about if he sees me. I'm worried about the fucking apocalypse coming right to our fucking door, and I'm under in Mortal Kombat hell, trying to fight for some of the souls back from the dead. And they coming into my hospital room, flickering lights and shit. Flickering lights in my hospital room in the ICU and shit. It's like, nigga, I have hands. I would beat a ghost ass. I will beat a ghost ass. I will fuck up some ghosts, nigga, and some demons. I'm not scared. But a lot of people are scared of ghosts. A lot of people are. They just ignore it, act like, oh, it's not a big deal. If the doors and shit is opening and closing in your house without nobody else being there, maybe it's time for a spiritual cleansing. I'm not saying call a voodoo priest and kill a chicken. Say a couple of Our Fathers and some Hail Marys. Open that portal and take out the trash. I know people give hard times to the Catholics who have statues and stuff. I get it. Don't worship the statue. Use it as a tool. don't worship the statue, but use it as a tool to frighten these motherfuckers back to where they came from. They scared of Jesus. Oh, they're scared of Mary. Very scared. They are very afraid of them. Like Jedis with swords of fire. You turn off the light, the sword lights up. They go running in. Oh, you could see in the dark. Oh, you got swords in the dark? Okay. They out of here. Most of you motherfuckers would just run. I'm gonna avoid it. 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 You're so used to avoiding scary topics. You're so used to avoiding ghosts and ghouls because it frightens you at night by yourself. It scares you. But we need to go to all of our churches, check our church basements, clean out our church basements, clean out our hospitals, make sure our cemeteries are in order. How do you do that? How do you make sure that the cemeteries are in order? If a body has been buried because foul play, murder, mass killing, Santeria, it all gives off a smell to the disease. And he'll smell the bodies like Anubis, smells the bodies rotting on the ground. He'll go, this is unholy. Start with a hammer, opening the ground. The ground starts opening sinkholes, 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 sinkholes. Oh, fuck. I told you, clean up the bodies. You got to solve the crimes. The people who are like mass murderers or serial killers, you got to kill, get them out of the ground. Got to get them off. You can't have too much crime when it comes to death and killing and stuff. And those people who do that, there's only one way, and that's to chop the head off. And then you could burn the body after the head is chopped off from serial killers or murderers. Those who take fit willingly and they don't have remorse and all that kind of stuff. They can't be here. Disease comes, smell their bodies rotting in the backyard and somebody's farm, pig farm, you know, the disease will come and smell it, declare the whole thing unholy ground, and get in everybody. The disease starts spreading like wildfire. All you had to do was take care of your dead, take care of your debt, and take care of the motherfuckers that like killing and shit. I don't mean take care of them and put them in prison. I mean end them and then burn them. They's the ones that's gonna spread the disease for real from a soul chakra perspective. He gonna smell the bodies in the morgues in the hospitals. They gonna smell it. Oh, sage. Some places sage ain't gonna be enough. Like New York City, ain't gonna be enough sage over there. Why not? Why won't there be enough sage? You have individual pots and grounds of murder of regular things like goats and chickens and shit. The reason why we had uh, health inspectors and stuff, the health inspectors are supposed to make sure that you are doing the ritual clean enough. This is what Jewish eating comes in a little bit. That's what the kosher comes in. We can put it on a ledger and be like, okay, well, we have, you know, 50,000 chickens that can die this year here. 50,000, okay. These 50,000 are going to feed a multitude. Okay, I got it. Now we call HIPAA, or the hippo goddess. That's how I read. She cleans it up and puts it on the ledger of how many chickens left. And we got a clean cycle of food, clean cycle of food. But then you got these butchers and these babalawos that think they could just kill because they can read a book, and kill because they read it in a manual. So disease come with smelling on the ground. He'll not just human body, animal bodies and carcasses of whales and stuff. Then he'll start opening the portals in the ground. Sinkholes will go up. Sinkholes let out a fume, and the fume kicks in and turns all of the greenery toxic. Trees start giving off that greenery from the ground, and that disease is spread from the trees and oxygen. I think there's a movie called The Happening with Marky Mark in it that talks about it. But the trees start giving off disease, and you could breathe and get sick. Doesn't matter how many masks you got on. It doesn't even matter what you got on. All of the CPR gear, whatever. People like, oh, you're fear mongering, fear mongering. I'm just telling you, believe in ghosts, okay? That's it. Have no fear, but believe, have faith. His faith is a mustard seed, small as a mustard seed. As long as you believe a little bit, study mythology and, you know, work with Mother Nature. If you work with it, she won't work against you. I have so much more to say. I just went through it. I'm going to finish my downloads right now. See if I can push some stuff out tomorrow. But we have jobs to do. We can't be lukewarm in our spiritual fight now. It's going to start ramping up when it comes to the spiritual stuff. You're going to see more ghosts. Haunt virus. It's all code words. I was kind of nervous for my kids. I did a protection spell over Issaquah Hospital. I can't finish the protection spell for the one on Cherry Hill. Too many bodies there. Too many dead. Couldn't clean that up in the day I was there. So I'm probably gonna hire some priests and stuff. I can get some more here. I'm sure Jesus got it. He's good at hiring priests and stuff. Is there anything else that we could do to prepare from a healthcare perspective for what is to come? Your predecessors left you guys in a shitty situation. They did all the bad things and then ran away when it was time to pay. I think we're gonna have to do like a mass prayer, a mass prayer as a collective to uh, pray over the hospitals, churches, and schools. If we do a mass like Mother Mary or something, I could turn a light inwards. I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about it. What else could you do? Is like become one. I'm not saying be a Catholic or be a Christian, but become one with God. Take away your selfish desires and learn how to be a hunter. Learn how to believe. Learn how to be a Sam and Dean, except, you know, learn how to be a Brendan Fraser and the mummy. Those things you can't really teach if you don't believe. Get people to confess if they're killers, where they put their bodies. So I pay the detectives even more money. I'm gonna make the detectives like really important. Because if I can hide away some of these bodies from disease and tell him that we took care of the people who was doing it, Hannibal Lecter type shit, then I could spare some of us from being overran with disease. It shouldn't be all on me. It should be on you guys. You guys fucked it up. You did it. You and your multi-million-dollar houses on ancient burial sites. You got multi-million-dollar houses, pastors giving houses. Please watch this house, but it could be yours. All you have to do is preach the gospel. What they're doing is the American government of the old world territory buried a lot of bodies. The government that you worship buried a lot of bodies, put multi-million-dollar houses on them, and got mad when they got burned down. That's only the beginning. They're gonna find sinkhole after sinkhole after sinkhole. So look, I'm telling you, you can build all the roads you want, but if a sinkhole opens up and swallows the town, what does it matter who lives in multi-million-dollar houses? They give the keys to the pastors. This is your house, watch it. Only for them to cover up the blood that's beneath it. Oh, I'm getting tons of money. I'm a pastor. I never knew a priest or pastor that was rich in my whole life. They were always in search of turning gold, turning minerals into gold. They never sold their, studies just to fall into sin. These new age pastors are weird, real weird. You should not have a mega church, guys. Oh, but this is where we go to congregate. Beneath the grounds are lots and lots of bodies. If disease came riding on a horse, most definitely he's going to a mega church. Most definitely. You're going to where large accumulations of dead is. Butcher houses and pig farms and farmers. I'm trying not to worry, you know, but I just traveled timelines. I just died and went to a different timeline. I knew it was going to happen. I knew it. Now it's happening. Everything's weird. Everything's different in this timeline. It's not hidden anymore. It's right in front of your face. Like the veil is completely gone in this timeline. The veil is completely gone in this timeline. All right, I'm tired. Yeah, I'm not just talking about cleaning, as in washing everything down. That's a step towards forgiveness. We gotta sage. We gotta get a whole bunch of holy water, put them in vials and sell them. Holy water everywhere. We gotta do it. We gotta start training our children and battling these fuckers, battling disease, battling it. I don't think if I didn't go to the doctor, I wouldn't have seen it. Wouldn't have seen it coming. I would have been so content in my precious little life in my garden and shit. I wasn't paying attention to the dead. It is only when God forces me in the dark to sit and listen in places where evil continues to perpetuate itself that I'm able to judge in the dark the sins of man and protect those who trespassed against me. Let's start here. Those of you who have no faith, I'm going to force you to believe by showing you that ghosts are real. That's the only way. Those of you who don't believe, I'm gonna have to show you that aliens are real. X-Files. I have to prepare you for a war in front of our eyes, straight from hell. I'm gonna catch up on my supernatural. I want to remind you to close your mirrors before you go to bed. All right, I'm tired now. Good night, you faithless bastards. Some of you.